Hi everybody, this is Jane. So today we're looking at making predictions using modal verbs. So if you're making a prediction, if you're going to predict, then you are thinking about something that might happen in the future. It hasn't happened yet. So in grammar we use modal verbs or the modal auxiliary. These are words such as can or would that we use with the main verb to suggest that something is possible, or to suggest something you intend, or to state something that is a necessity or is necessary. So which words do we need to learn today? Well, we're going to look at the 9 most common modal verbs. And the first one, can. You've probably heard this a lot. Children use this one a lot. Can I have an ice cream? Can I go to the park? Can I? So this is very often used as a request or as a possibility. And we also use the word could if you're asking permission to do something. And may, again, looking at permission, probability and request. Also, when you think about the way that I speak, I very often say may instead of can. So instead of saying, can I have an ice cream, I might ask in a more polite way, a more formal way, and say, may I have an ice cream? So the modal verb might, shall, should, will, and would. And a very important one, must. If something really has to happen, it is necessary. Now, I know that some of you get a little bit confused between the word can and could. So look very closely there at what those words mean, and you will see that there is one difference in the use of the word could, in that we use it as a suggestion, to suggest you could do something. So perhaps if you find it confusing to use can or could, if you think about that difference, that might help you to decide which word you need. So modal verbs always appear at the beginning of the verb phrase. I can wear my onesie. Or did you notice I'm wearing my onesie today? And for anyone who's not sure what a onesie is, oh, you're really missing out, because I wear my onesie when I want to have a leisurely time and sit about the house in a very comfortable way. So what is a onesie? If you look at the picture, you'll see that we often have our children wearing onesies, and sometimes babies wear onesies, and you know, adults wear onesies too. So if you're not sure what a onesie is, it's a garment that is just one piece, and anyone can wear that for leisure, or sometimes for a party or to dress up. So I could wear my onesie if I was thinking about it before I put the onesie on. I could wear my onesie. I wonder if I will. May I wear my onesie? Well, I'm really lucky because I don't have to ask permission. But if I needed to ask permission, then I would use the phrase may I. I might wear my onesie now. I might not. So the use of might is for me to think about the possibility. Will I wear it or won't I? Shall I wear my onesie to work? That's an interesting question. I'm not sure that people would like to see me in my onesie at work. You should wear your onesie. Will you wear your onesie today? Would you wear your onesie to work? I must put my onesie on. I think for me, it's the last simple sentence there. I must, because I definitely have done so. So when you're thinking about the use of the modal verbs, stop the video at this point and look at these simple sentences and the way in which those words are used. So you can also use the modal verb by adding it to the word have and using a past participle. Now, there's one word out of the 9 modal verbs that we've just looked at that we only use with the word have if we use it in a question or a negative sentence. Do you know which word that was? It's the modal verb can. We use the word could with have, may with have, might with have, shall with have, should with have, will with have, and would with have, as well as must. I must have an ice cream. So when you think about using the modal verb, it comes at the front of the sentence, and then if your sentence is going to include the word have and a past participle, then you need to do the sentence that's identified there as the structure. We can use modal verbs to talk about possibility then, or to suggest something we're not sure about. And you can use may, might or could, but you will have noticed that in the English language, when we're speaking, we don't use may very often. We most likely use it when we're writing. So when we're talking, we're most likely to use might or could. So if you use may, might or could, and you're talking about the present or the future, you're talking about something that's possibly true. If you use the word must, then you're saying it definitely is, it certainly is true. And if you use the word can't, then you're certain that something isn't true. So on the same premise, when we use the word can, you're certain that something is true. And we also use the words may, might or could when we're talking about uncertainty in the past. So something is possibly true from the past. And when we're talking about the future, we can also use may, might or could to show that something is possibly true. So to summarise, think about the modal verb and the category in which you're using it. Are you using the modal verb for permission? Are you using it for necessity? Or are you using it for prediction? That's a very important place to start. Then you can think about whether you need to use the word can, could, may, might, must, should, and the other words that we've looked at today. Think also about the meaning, what you're trying to say, and when you're thinking about your past, present and future, you're really using these words more to ensure that you get your meaning across. So don't worry about, do I need to use a different form of the word? Because you will see these words don't change if you are using the word could in a different tense. It doesn't change, it remains the word could. So make sure you go over the video and try some sentences of your own. Bye now.